Holly Robinson Peete, the queen of the Christmas movies. How you doing, honey?
Well, when they name you Holly, that's Dolores Robinson. Talk to Dolores Robinson about that.
Yes.
What else are you going to be, Paul?
All right, what are you gonna be? You stepped into your greatness, right? You stepped into your light.
I did. I did. I love doing these Christmas movies. I love being synonymous with Hallmark Christmas movies. I love that there's a sense of a studio over there where they have the same leads, the same female leads. You establish relationships, and I've done 8 of them already. The Christmas and Evergreen is my 8th Hallmark Christmas movie. I've done other stuff with them, but it's my 8th Christmas movie, and I'm really excited about it. Listen, your girl is of a certain age. So to be Black and
Yes.
50 something and working on TV consistently, it's pretty awesome. So I don't take that for granted.
It is phenomenally awesome. Well, Hallmark does such a great job at creating such a whimsical, magical Christmas moment. How much of that is true to the Pete household? Do you come home and decorate the heck out of your tree? Do you make those beautiful meals? Come on, set the scene, Holly.
Well, put it this way. We all try our best at decor. We're not all gifted in that area. Not like you, Paul. I see all that in the background. You probably did every little bulb and ball
Every
yourself.
bit myself, I did.
Now, I will say that since I started doing Hallmark Channel Christmas movies, I've gotten better. Why? Because I've been, hanging out with the set deck and the art department and props, and I really have seen, the magic of Christmas decorations and Christmas decor. That's one of the things that I think is the secret sauce to making a really good Christmas movie, is that you have actual just in every frame of the movie, you have some Christmas going on. And so watching that meticulously happen, I think has rubbed off on me a little bit. And I've gotten pretty good at it. I mean, my little setup back here is no indication. This is my little black setup. But I think I've gotten pretty good at it. And, I've gotten into these artificial trees. I never was into those before, but I got my trees from Balsam Hill, and I'm so obsessed with them. I grew up with real trees in my whole life, but now I am so obsessed with this instant tree feeling. I love it.
Let's just make it happen.
Turnkey.
Turnkey, that's what it's all about. So, taking the stress off of ourselves this holiday season, this year, especially more than any others, because so many people have struggled so much this year. I've really been talking a lot in this little special about just having experiences, even if they're like this. That's why I wanted to do this, a virtual experience. We're alone, but we're not lonely. We're still connected in some way. So what do you think about that? Because there's so much pressure to have a perfect Christmas. And as a mother of, as you said, a whole bunch of kids.
11.
Of 11 kids. How do you take the pressure even off of yourself, Holly, and what's your advice to other mothers?
I'm very honest with my kids, and I say, listen, mom needs this, mom needs that, mom needs time, mom needs a nap. Like, I'm always telling them about my needs, and so there's no you didn't say you were tired. You didn't say you were. I'm always communicating my needs as a mom. I learned that very early on. When you have 4 kids like I do, you got to find yourself. So I would just say, give yourself a break. As a mother, you got to give yourself a break. You cannot stress out too much, because if you go down, the whole empire goes down.
That's it. Yes.
Self-care is so important. And especially around the holidays, when we feel that extra added pressure and energy to get it right. Right. I mean, this morning Rodney and I were saying, okay, what do we get for this one? What do we get for that one? And they're 15 to 23. It was a lot worse when they were younger, stressed out about all 4 and how do you balance it out, because that it can be stressful. But I would just say the key is not being so hard on yourself, giving yourself a break, and finding that time for you. So in the morning, I intentionally put on an app. There's so many great apps. Technology is excellent for being good to yourself. So
Meditation?
Yes, I have an app called Calm. I love that one. There's 15 minutes in the morning, something called the Daily Comp. I don't work for them. I'm not advertising for them, but there's so many apps like this. Even if it's 15 minutes, Paul, when you wake up in the morning and you set your intention, that's super helpful, especially during the busy holidays when you feel like everything has to be perfect.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what's one tradition, whether it be cooking something or Christmas Eve, what's one thing that even in the hectic state of this year, you're just not gonna leave on the floor? You have to do it every year. What's your Christmas tradition?
Well, the one tradition that we always do is a tradition of gratitude. It sounds really corny, but when we sit down to eat Christmas dinner or Christmas Eve dinner, we will always have everyone writes down what they're grateful for that year. And with crazy kids like I have, they write crazy stuff. But they're funny, right? But they write several things, and then we put it in a big hat and we pass it around and we try to guess who said what. Now, what that does, especially in our house with older kids, because sometimes they don't talk at the dinner table, right? It creates conversation and funny conversation and brings up memories. And so that's our Christmas grateful, our gratitude messages. And that's something we do every year. We do it at Thanksgiving too. It's super helpful to get that conversation going. And I love it.
I think that's a great idea. I was on a show the other day, Holly, and I was telling people, we spend so much time on our phones, just stuck looking at our phones. And, if you don't have any cash, if you're a kid, make your family a little video, a little film of yourself and edit it together. And, there's so many things we can do right here on our phone. This phone is a gift because I know if my nieces made something like that for me, it would mean so much more than them buying me something.
I always tell my kids, especially for my birthdays, I just want a letter or a video. I just want some kind of memento to tell me what a great mom I am.
I love it.
Tell me how good I've been to you. I want all of that, Paul, because I don't care about, I'm not a lady who cares about stuff. I did before I had kids, but I really don't. Now, if you get me something nice, I will be appreciative.
Yeah.
But that said, I love when they make me stuff. I love when they write down, they do videos, even an Instagram story on your mother. I love that because I don't make too many appearances on their social media. Because I guess that's not cool to post about your mom. But when I see those types of, shout outs to me, I love it. So yeah, those simple things. And you're right, with the phone, you can create that.
So speaking of mothers, Dolores Robinson, my girlfriend, and your mother, I just want to shout her out for being so phenomenal. So what do you do with a woman like Dolores Robinson on Christmas? What do you get a woman that has had and has everything?
My mom is very difficult to shop for. I did get her a couple years in a row. I did get her some purses because my mom will stick to one purse and be good with that for many years. So I did get that. Okay.
Sound like one of your Hallmark movies.
Yeah. I love gifting my mom luxury items because she doesn't shop for herself like that. She don't care. Honey, she will buy something from somebody on the street in a heartbeat and be totally fine with it. And
she's bigger than the labels. That's her.
She is not a label
coming through.
Right. And so, but when I get her a nice, real good Prada purse or something, she really appreciates it. So I like splurging on that.
So I was just on with Vanessa Williams. She told me to tell you hi.
Oh, please tell her hi. I miss her.
Absolutely, absolutely. And she told me that she was in the kitchen making cornbread. And she's got her whole holiday menu planned. I've got a chicken in the oven. I have a lamb shoulder that I just made, macaroni and cheese. So what's happening in your kitchen, Holly? What are you making over there?
Well, I'm a little intimidated because I've watched your cooking videos and I don't roll like that. I don't cook glamorously like you do. But I can throw down a little bit. Yeah. I have a couple of things that I can make that was handed down to me from my mother. She makes that sweet potato and apple casserole. So, she and you have to have that big cast iron skillet, right? And yes. She puts the sweet potatoes, the apples, brown sugar, butter, nutmeg, cinnamon, and then she layers them very methodically in like a lasagna pan, like a baking pan. And then she puts these little marshmallows in between the layers. So you don't have to just get them on the top, but they're in the middle like a little sandwich. And it's so good. I don't think I've ever made it as well as she has, but it is really good. So I'll be making that. I'll be making my mac and cheese. We usually fry a turkey, but the last time we did, the fire department came, so we're not doing that anymore. And I'll leave that to the professionals. And then, I've been really loving Miss Patty's bakery goods.
Yes, the cobbler, they're so good.
I'm just blown away by the fact that they are mass marketed now and mass produced, but they still taste like she just sent me one. And she used to send me them all the time. Now she's like, "Child, I'm too old to be making all those pies. Go get them yourself." So I love her pies. I love her cobbler and her bread pudding that you could get at Walmart. So I just, that I kind of cheat in the dessert area.
Well, I was expecting to take some takeaway from Patty's house, and you know what she gave me when I went to her house? Cobbler to go from Walmart, but
Hey, but it was good, wasn't it though, Paul? It was really good.
Listen, it was so good, but it hit different because it was from Patty. I'm like, "Oh, I got that from Patty." They're like, "I got Patty from Walmart." I said, "No, I got that from Patty."
Right, exactly. She gave it to me. I'll never listen. Speaking of Patty, one of my best Christmases ever. We were playing in the NFL during those days. We were in Philadelphia, and Patty was there, and she sent over a brisket. Now I had never had. Paul, have you had her brisket?
I've had a brisket, yes.
I've never had meat like that before.
Yes.
Prepare. I never really had a brisket until that moment. So now, if it ain't her brisket, I don't eat it.
You don't want it. Well, I'm just going to say that every time, I don't know if it's because your name is Holly and my sister's name is Holly, but every time I see you, you just make me smile. I think there's no better woman that can be the queen of Christmas movies, bringing joy and laughter and just positive vibes into our homes. I wanted to thank you for doing that because, in a way, you kind of bring us all together. I think that's really sweet.
I think that's important right now. And the content of these Christmas movies that I've been blessed to do has really, I think, helped. I mean, the numbers are pretty remarkable. And that doesn't surprise me because I think people want that kind of positive, warm, how it's going to end. I'm going to get the guy at the end and, it's going to work out good. But I'm really proud of the Christmas Doctor and Christmas in Evergreen. And by the way, if you want to see them, you can go to Hallmark.com and there's so many ways for you to find these movies with streaming and downloading. So check them out. Let me know what you think.
I love it. Well, Holly, thank you for helping to make this a very joyous holiday, and Merry Christmas, honey.
Merry Christmas, baby. I love you.
Love you too. Bye, babe.
Bye. Mwah.